Jai Sai Ram. Sri Sai Satcharitra, Chapter 8, Part 2. Baba begging food. Blessed are the people of Shirdi, in front of whose house Baba stood as a beggar and called out, "O Lassie, give me a piece of bread," and spread out his hand to receive the same. In one hand he carried a tumbrel, and on the other a zoli or chaupadri, a rectangle piece of cloth. He daily visited certain houses and went from door to door. Liquid or semi-liquid things such as soup, vegetables, milk or buttermilk were received in the tin pot, while cooked rice, bread and such solid things were taken in the zoli. Baba's tongue knew no taste, as he had acquired control over it. So how could he care for the taste of the different things collected together? Whatever things he got in his zoli and in the tin pot were mixed together and partaken by Baba to his heart's content. Whether particular things were tasty or otherwise was never noticed by Baba, as if his tongue was devoid of the sense of taste altogether. Baba begged till noon, but his begging was very irregular. Some days he went a few rounds, other days up to 12 noon. The food thus collected was thrown in a kunti, earthen pot. Dog, cats and crows freely ate from it, and Baba never drove them away. A woman who swept the floor on the masjid took some 10 or 12 pieces of bread to her house, and nobody prevented her from doing so. How could he, who even in dreams never warded off cats and dogs by harsh words and signs, refuse food to poor helpless people? Blessed indeed is the life of such a noble person. People in Shirdi took him in the beginning for a mad fakir. He was known in the village by this name. How could one who lived on alms by begging a few crumbs of bread be revered and respected? But this fakir was very liberal of heart and hand, disinterested and charitable. Though he looked fickle and restless from outside, he was firm and steady inside. His way was inscrutable. Still, even in that small village, there were few kind and blessed people who recognized and regarded him as a great soul. One such instance is given below. Baijabayi's brilliant service. Tatyakoti's mother Baijabayi used to go to the woods every noon with a basket on her head containing bread, vegetables. She roamed in the jungle course after course, trampling over bushes and shrubs in search of the mad fakir, and after hunting him out, fell at his feet. The fakir sat calm and motionless in meditation, while she placed the leaf before him, spread the eatables, bread, vegetables, etc., thereon, and fed him forcibly. Wonderful was her faith and service. Every day she roamed at noon in the jungles and forced Baba to partake the lunch. Her service, upasana or penance, by whatever name we call it, was never forgotten by Baba till his Mahasamadhi. Remembering fully what service she rendered, Baba benefited her son magnificently. Both the son and the mother had great faith in the fakir, who was their God. Baba often said to that fakir was the real lordship, as it was everlasting, and the so-called lordship was transient. After some years, Baba left off going into the woods, began to live in the village, and take his food in the masjid. From that time, Baijabayi's troubles of roaming in the jungle ended. Dormitory of Trio. Even blessed are the saints in those in whose heart Lord Vasudeva dwells, and fortunate indeed are the devotees who got the benefit of the company of such saints. Two such fortunate fellows, Tatyakoti Patil and Bhagat Mahalsapati, equally shared the company of Sai Baba. Baba also loved them both equally, though these three persons slept in the masjid with their heads towards east, west and north, and with their feet touching one another at the center. Stretching their beds, they lay on them, chit-chatting and gossiping about many things till late at midnight. If any one of them showed any signs of sleep, others would wake him up For instance, if Tatya began to snore, Baba at once got up and shook him from side to side and pressed his head. If it was Magalsabadi, he hugged him close, stroked his leg, and kneaded his back. In this way, for full 14 years, Tatya, leaving his parents at home, slept in the masjid on account of his love for Baba. How happy and never to be forgotten were those days. How to measure that love and how to value the grace of Baba. After the passing away of his father, Tatya took charge of the household affairs and began to sleep at home. Kushal Chand of Rahata. Baba loved Ganapat Kote Patil of Shirdi. He equally loved Chandraban Sheth, Marwadi of Rahata. After the demise of the Sheth, Baba loved his nephew Kushal Chand equally or even perhaps more and watched his welfare day and night, sometimes in a bullock cart, at other times in a tanga. With intimate friends, Baba went to Rahata. People of the village came out with band and music and received Baba at the ways or gate of the village and prostrated before him. Then he was taken into village with great pomp and ceremony. Kushal Chand took Baba to his house, seated him on a comfortable seat and gave him a good lunch. Then they talked freely and merrily for some time, after which Baba returned to Shirdi, giving delight and blessings to all. Shirdi is midway between equidistance from Rahata on one side, south, and Nimogan on the other side, north. Baba never went beyond these two places during his lifetime. He never saw any railway train nor travelled by it. Still, he knew exactly the timing of arrival and departure of all trains. Devotees who acted according to Baba's instructions, that is, departure, which were given by him at the time of taking leave, farewell, they all fared well, while those who disregarded them suffered many a mishap and accidents. More about this and other matters will be told in the next chapter. Bow to Sri Sai, peace be to all. Note: an incident given in the footnote at the end of this chapter showing Baba's love for Kushal Chand, how he asked one afternoon Kushal Chand, Kaka Sahib Dikshit to go to Rahata and fetch Kushal Chand to him, and at the same time appeared before Kushal Chand in his noon nap dream, asking him to come to Shirdi, is given in the body, is not given here as it is described in the body of the book. Later on chapter 30. Jai Sai Ram.